What's up, everybody? It's your girl Babbzy here alongside man like WarrenCivic.
Hey, yo, what's up? Um, Hey,
Long time no
I've
hear,
been
man.
missing.
I
I've been
know.
missing. I've been missing.
What's going on, man? I thought you quit or something. You decided that you're just done with me.
No, at all. Nah, it was it's just so much things that was going on. And then last night was the last night, the band launch season, and that
Mm-mm.
launched for, uh, the July, August. So, which was
Okay.
Entice and,
How was
yeah,
that?
Entice and Heart. I didn't go to it, but, that was just a little bit of the, what was going on for the weekend here in Trinidad. But and also I went
Okay.
to Pan yesterday on the Avenue in Trinidad here. Yeah,
Right,
there's
right,
normally
right. I saw that. Plus, there was a earthquake in
yeah, and
Trinidad
the
this week,
earthquake
boy.
and all this stuff was going on, so it was kind of a little difficult to like really connect with you in some instances where the podcast is concerned.
Right,
Yeah, but
right.
we're back on stream, so we're here. So and we have enough things to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Enough things,
Yeah, man, this weekend, a lot of stuff was going on. It was Notting Hill
right?
Carnival and Boston Carnival this
Yeah.
weekend. Did you get to see any of the footage and stuff like that in your feed? Anything you saw worthwhile?
I shared the live on Patrice had a performance yesterday in
Mm-hmm.
London. So
Right.
couple other performances from a couple other artists. I think I'll have to share it on Instagram and also Facebook as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, the weekend was jam
Right,
packed
right, right.
weekend. A lot of the artists out of the country, so everybody on tour. So that's what been going on. And then
Yeah, everybody seems to be traveling
yeah, and
for
then
real.
weekend coming up
Mm-hmm.
here is Labor Day. Next weekend. So um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think kind of narrowing down.
I had plans of going there, but I have to change my plans. I'm not going to be in attendance this year
Right,
for the Labor Day parade. There's some personal things that happened and transpired, which kind of just
right.
caused
Okay.
um thing to be changed on this. And one day I'll talk about it, but right now I'm not going to really give that too much
All right,
shine.
no
But
problem.
to replace the Labor Day parade, I'm going to be going to the
Miami,
Miami
right.
Carnival. So
Yeah, I think Miami is the
yeah,
last one. Miami will be the last one for the year to
mhm,
close the year. And then
mhm.
things back on the stream for Trinidad. Everybody looking towards Trinidad 2019.
Right,
So, yeah.
right, right, right,
So what's going on?
right.
Let me get into
Well,
it.
this week a lot of the conversations is going on. One of the big topics this week around the town is the Hot 97 on the Reggae and Soca tip, which is an event that they have every Labor Day weekend in New
Yeah,
York. The show was originally called on the Reggae tip, where they only had 100% reggae and dancehall artists.
right.
But in recent years, they've converted it to on the Reggae and Soca tip.
Yeah,
It's at Coney Island on August 31st.
right.
And this year they have performances from Dovey Magnum, Tifa,
Yeah,
Massacre, Cranium,
yeah.
Nyla Blackman,
Sure,
Shell
Marshall,
Marshall,
yeah.
Ding Dong, Idonia, and Conscience and Elephant Man.
Yeah,
And a lot of the complaints have been that this is probably one of the weakest lineups they've had ever for this event.
right, right.
I mean, when I look at it, I wouldn't say it's weak, but I feel like the reason that they actually changed it to on the reggae and soca tip is because there's just an issue period with artists, dancehall artists and reggae artists being able to get visas, etc. It's just very, very difficult for them
Yeah,
to, you
yeah,
know, secure travel visas.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
they try.
so I feel like they've had to, beef up this event with soca acts, and
Yeah,
then there's just not a lot of high performing dancehall acts like they used to be back,
yeah,
10 and 15 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then too, you had to look at it from a marketing perspective too, as where the dancehall acts is concerned. You had to look at the artists that really um could bring a crowd to the show to sell the show too as well too. You know what I mean? It's not
Right,
about
right,
just
right,
booking dancehall artists because it's dancehall music you're interested in hearing. The show have to sell as well
right,
too.
right.
So I think they looking to see who else would make sense to book or put on the lineup in terms of the cast now. So yeah,
Right.
I think the cast is, to me, I think the cast is a solid cast, but I guess people have their own differences and their own opinions about that, you know?
Yeah, and I guess because before the cast would be like, very like Capleton, Beanie
Right.
Man, Sizzler, like type of those kinds of performers. So
Yeah.
I feel like maybe people are just genuinely upset because
Yeah.
they just feel like, I Conscience, Idonia
Yeah.
are strong performers. Ding Dong is,
And Ding Dong
to
had
me
big
in the
and Ding
middle
Dong
because
have
of the
big hits for the
dancing.
summer. I mean, like for the July, August, summer, as we would say.
Yeah,
Some people outside the Caribbean.
you know,
Yeah.
Cranium and Massacre, I feel are,
Yeah.
C caliber
Yeah.
performers,
It's still kind of up in the air with them, but I think Conscience being there is a solid performer, you know.
hmm
Yeah, so we'll see how it go because that is and then you have also not only dancehall, you have soca as well. You have Charles Marshall,
right.
right,
And
that's the man right
Well,
now.
Naila's not really soca, but yeah,
Yeah,
but
well,
Shala's the man,
Nailah,
right?
Nailah is soca, and then she have different genre styles of music as well too, genres that she tap into.
Right,
So, but she will normally be
right,
going
right,
there
right,
for
right, right,
soca. You know what I mean? As a
right,
as a soca artist. You know, um, because
right.
yeah,
I mean, W Magnum and I are cool.
yeah,
She has one of the biggest reggae dancehall songs, sorry, that came out for 2018. It's huge,
yeah,
Ball Out. It's one of the biggest songs. The only other song right now that I see that's been rivaling that at a like large international level is Hood Celebrity Walking Trophy.
right,
But between those two, Ball Out has been really, really huge. So
yeah,
that's probably, going to be the first time a lot of people get to see W Magnum live. So that as I said, the, the, the lineup is solid.
yeah. That's solid. Yeah, no solid lineup.
I,
I
yeah,
don't understand. Well, yeah, it comes with the territory. Yeah? I mean, when you put big acts and you clash it, and I think that conversation will always come across as though it's not supported because when you put soca acts, some people they think that it should have more dancehall acts than soca acts. You know, so, I don't know.
right.
So there's always a battle anytime soca gets involved. You know, and then that
Yeah,
the soca music growing too. So you're gonna see
right,
different.
right, right.
You're not just gonna see like the staple Bunchy Garland or Marsha Montano every year. Have different acts that coming up every year. Is a cycle, So you're gonna see new and fresh blood coming out in soca music. So you have to give
Yeah,
them a chance,
it's true.
you know. So
It's
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
And
Mhm.
some other controversial topics this week. That the Trinidadian DJs are picking up music from the islands late. How do you feel
I have
about
a
that topic?
yeah, Babsy. I have a big problem with this. This is a real passionate about this topic because I don't understand why it is that they keep we will talk about music and we will put up the music before the fact in terms of all right, so come on
Mm-hmm.
now. You're waiting to see some of the artists get the title of Soca Monarch, then to start playing the music. You understand? Because
Right.
when Little Natty and Thunder premiered on Puffy's DJ Puffy's radio show that Saturday morning
Mm-hmm.
and I heard that song, I say, yo, this song is going to be a problem. I said the way how Puffy
Right.
presented that song, I said this song is going to be a problem. And I talk about it, and I said this song is Lil Natty and Thunder. There's the next big follow up, and it was hard for them to come back from Top Striker. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
would have been watching to see, all right, if there's a one hit wonder or if it's a one hack, if this was just a one off, they just by luck and chance they happen to get the song as a mainstream song out of Grenada, right? And
Right. 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 Right.
they happen to accomplish winning the Soca Monarch in Grenada. And look what happened. And but the DJs in Trinidad here, they pick up music so late. You know what I mean?
Right.
Up the islands,
Mm-hmm.
I would say the DJs in Toronto, especially Toronto, they're more like Dr. J and Isan and Ryan Sead, these DJs are very well on top of the game now. You know what I mean? Also, DJ Mad Russian from New York, Brooklyn. So these guys, they live soca music. This is in the bloodline. 365 days a year, they play the music. In Trinidad, you play the music.
Right.
You just concerned about yes, it's Caribbean music. We all support each other in terms of dancehall music, but you're Trinidadian. You're not Trinidadian.
Right.
DJs from Trinidad not going to be booked to play dancehall music. You understand? They
Right.
will
Right. Right.
a
Right.
promoter will rather go to Jamaica to book a DJ from Jamaica to play dancehall music or reggae music.
Right.
They're not going to book a a DJ from Trinidad to play dancehall music. So why do Jamaicans support their culture? They're very passionate about their culture. You cannot tell a Jamaican anything about dancehall music or anything like that. They're very passionate about the culture. So why it's a problem with the DJs in Trinidad to play the music and show off the music and get involved. I don't
Right.
understand it, and I'm very sensitive and I emotional about this topic because this I always keep
Oh
telling
wow.
them, you know, get involved, look for the new music. I could just single out the DJs in Trinidad that will actually play music before the fact or before the song actually get big. And I could single it out. Lord Hype is one. Well,
Mm-hmm.
obviously Private Ryan, I would say Travis,
Mm-hmm.
because Travis is a producer and a DJ, so they had to get, but the others, you had to be pressing on them, and we shouldn't be doing that. You understand?
Right. Right.
We
Right.
shouldn't have to go down that road with them. So, I don't know.
Well, it's funny that you say certain names. I don't like calling certain people names on my platform, but
Yeah,
some of those DJs are on top of certain island music because they were pressed to be on top of certain islands
yeah,
music.
okay,
They weren't always
right,
receptive to, Bajan soca or Vincy soca or whatever. They got pretty much bullied into having to do that because the Toronto soca
yeah,
scene changed a lot over the last 20 years, especially, when I started going to soca fests in
right,
Toronto, I started going to soca fests in around 1997,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you would very rarely hear Bajan soca
yeah,
in a soca fest in Toronto.
right,
It was rare,
okay,
right? And then what kind of happened was there was this, like, I guess they always say Bajan invasion. I don't like that term, but
yeah,
there was this kind of invasion of songs because when Lil Rick came up with Hard Wine,
mm,
and then Mad came up with Cheese Cutter Wine, and then Fraud Squad came up with Tech That, it was kind of this push to fuse Bajan soca,
yeah,
which was never identified as Bajan soca until that time. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
people didn't consider Allison Hines and Edwin Yearwood as Pump Me Up as Bajan soca,
yeah,
right? It was just considered soca.
yeah,
But when Little Rick kind of came with this Bajan dialect thing, right?
yeah,
That was really the start of, okay, well, this is Bajan soca and this is Vincy soca and this is Lucian soca. That's what really started all of that
yeah, yeah,
segregation.
yeah, yeah,
And I found that you only heard Trinidadian soca in Soca Fest
right,
because a lot of these DJs never attended Vincy Mass or Crop Over
right,
or Carnival in St. Lucia or Carnival in Antigua, so they never knew,
yeah,
besides Burning Flames, what was happening in Antigua,
yeah,
right? And they got pressure.
yeah,
They got pressure to then have to be inclusive.
yeah,
But in Trinidad, there's no pressure to be inclusive because most of the people are Trinidadian,
right,
right?
yeah,
So there's not going to be a lot of pressure to play, the latest song from Fireman Hooper or the latest song from Tea in Winter
yeah,
because there's not a lot of Antiguans in Trinidad in the face of these DJs
right,
pressuring them
yeah,
to play the latest stuff.
yeah,
So they don't have to.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it was the same in Trinidad. It was around the same time. I could possibly say, or probably a little later. Soca around that time in a party wasn't even cool in Trinidad here. It wasn't cool to play soca
Mm-hmm.
music. You know what I mean? It was now in comparison to now, you have to put soca in a set to play on a boat ride, or sometimes a boat ride is just only soca music. You know, that's all people
Right,
want
right,
to hear.
right.
You know, so long ago when a DJ would have played soca music in Trinidad, the crowd might have said, "Oh, gosh, now I'm playing so much of soca or whatever," and it was always challenging to play soca music in the set. It was always dancehall music. The
Right,
percentage of dancehall would
right, right,
have been
right.
greater than obviously soca back in the day, just like you were talking about,
Right.
Bajan and Bajan as well. But they were still playing soca music. It's not like in Trinidad
Mm-hmm.
where they were playing a bigger percentage of dancehall music versus soca music. So now that
Right.
soca actually climbing the charts and you're seeing the different artists coming up one after the other, it exciting and people want to hear
Mm-hmm.
more about soca music. Even the R&B artists sampling the sound of soca, and we'll get into that. But
Right, right, right.
the music vibrant, it's exciting. So I don't understand why they're not
Right.
passionate about something that you could travel and you could make money off of, you know. But yeah,
I don't think they know that though.
I
I don't think they know that that's what the deal is, and that's probably what it is. It's
yeah,
just like for them, I find that a lot of people are not exposed to what's really happening in the world. So
yeah,
to them, they might be, thinking to themselves like, oh well, I'm only going to be playing like, you know, music for Carnival
right,
and then that's it,
yeah, yeah,
right? And they don't know that there is an international soca scene
yeah,
that plays soca
yeah,
music
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
year
yeah.
round, right?
You could definitely
They're
travel.
not familiar
Yeah,
with
you could
that.
travel and make a lot of money off of soca music as being a DJ, recognized being playing soca music. But
Right.
if you have a tunnel vision, you wouldn't see that. If you
Mhm.
just allow yourself
Mhm.
to only be playing a certain percentage of dancehall music over soca music as a Trinidadian, a DJ from Trinidad, then you're not
Mhm.
going to travel anywhere. You'll just be limited and just be boxed in Trinidad alone. So don't blame
Right, right,
anybody
right.
else. Then you have to blame yourself. So that's just my
Yeah.
opinion on that.
But but they don't know. That's the thing,
Yeah,
right? It's kind of like which who came first, the cart or the horse, like kind of that kind of a
exactly.
situation.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't really know, the what's happening around the world. Like, and it's funny that to hear you, living in Trinidad discuss this because a lot of the times when I have conversations about even soca or
Yeah,
dancehall, it's like, people will be saying things to me and I'll just be like, where is this
yeah,
person,
yeah,
that they have this view, like
yeah,
where are
yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah.
Like, because it's strange to me, like
Yeah.
people will be on my channel, like I did a blog the other day,
Yeah,
and when and we don't really do dancehall on this podcast, but there was an incident between Bounty Killer and Alkaline,
right.
and people were like, Alkaline is the biggest artist in the world for dancehall, and I'm like, where are you that you think that?
Where you living?
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, where do you
yeah,
live that you honestly, and like they're cussing me and they're like,
yeah,
Alkaline is bigger than Bounty Killer. And
yeah.
I'm like,
No way,
where,
no way,
family?
no way.
Like, where, my
No, no, no,
youth?
no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where? Oh, Alkaline has bigger songs than Bounty.
No, no, no. You
When?
tell
Like, and it's like,
if you throw a concert and you say
go on,
Bounty
yeah.
Killer coming to Trinidad, no, and you throw a Alkaline concert, probably 3 months after that, the crowd is going to go to Bounty Killer. I'm telling you, and
Yeah.
that is not opinion, that is fact. You know, and
Fact,
yeah,
but then and I guess because in Jamaica, Alkaline dominates the airwaves, and
right,
so with
yeah, yeah,
Massacre, people believe genuinely
yeah,
that these guys are the biggest artists in the entire
yeah,
world. They don't know that,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, because
they're
a
not,
lot of people
and
just
then it's like,
they just choose to see what they want to see.
and also lately in Trinidad, you're finding nowadays like and not even just Trinidad, I should say, all around the world, DJs have really gone from an education type of a role to more of a hype seeking type role. So I
Right.
I can see why you would be frustrated with, a lot of the DJs in Trinidad because they're not educating anymore. They're not coming out to teach you the latest of, what's happening. They're just basically coming to be hype, and a lot of them are in competition with with artists. They want to be the center of the attention. So they don't really care anymore about teaching you about the latest stuff, and they don't care about finding out what the latest stuff is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people definitely see what they wanna see, and as far as the DJs, it's just about hype. It's just about once one person plays it and it is big outside, they come back to Trinidad, and if a DJ from Trinidad travels outside and see that a DJ from across the border plays a song and it gets real hype and it had this big rush and excitement following the song. Yeah, they're gonna come back to Trinidad with that song and say, all right, I played this song first here in Trinidad. I was the
Right,
first, and you're gonna see, that's their hype. But they wouldn't take
right.
the time to bust the song here first in Trinidad when it's actually released, or
No,
actually look for yeah, or
correct.
actually look for a song and make it number one. You know,
Right.
they
Yeah,
they're very a lot of the DJs, not all, but a lot of the DJs very lazy. You know what I mean? Artists will send
exactly.
them songs. Artists will send them songs in the email, and they wouldn't check the email. They wouldn't take the time to listen to the song and see what arguments they could build to bring the song out, to bring life out of the song.
Right,
They will
right, right,
just have the song sitting there for months, and until another DJ from probably another island or out in London or something plays the song and get big outside. Then all right, okay, yeah, I had the song inside of my email all the time. Yeah,
right.
you had the song in your email together with a dub plate as well, but you never
Yeah,
take on the artist. You know,
right,
you get a free
right.
you get a free dub plate that you didn't have to pay any money for because the artist feel as though they want the song to come out for you to hype it up and bring life to their song. But no, you didn't
Right.
have the time to listen to the artist's song and at least contact whoever it is that sent your dub plate together with the song. You didn't have the time to take them on. But when
Exactly.
now the song busts out in foreign or busts say Jamaica Carnival or
Mm-hmm,
Barbados
mm-hmm.
or Saint Lucia, whatever, and you see
Fimba, mind your funky business. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, you're waiting for Soca Monarch. You're waiting to see who is the finalist in Soca Monarch, who win the Soca Monarch night, win on the finals, to come back on Trinidad and say this is a big song. If you see all this song, if you see how people get on for this song, when the artist was doing the work on the ground all the time, you never take them on. You
Right, right,
understand?
right, right,
So you're not bringing the music to the people in Trinidad, and that is a problem that I have with some of the DJs in Trinidad. They will get vexed with me, but I don't care. I don't care,
right.
Babbzy, because I fed up. You understand?
Yeah,
A lot of the DJs in Trinidad here is very lazy.
yeah,
They only
yeah.
interested in playing top 10 songs, and
Mm-hmm.
you're hearing these top 10 songs all the time, and you're not giving other artists who may have a potential hit a hearing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Yeah, they're not passionate about the music in Trinidad here, and this is DJs, Trinidadian DJs living in Trinidad. You know,
Right.
it's disgusting.
Well, speaking
So.
about Trinidad and Soca Monarch, yeah,
Mhm.
there's some conversations going on about the Soca Monarch in Trinidad. I guess Fantastic Friday, people
Yeah,
saying that it's pretty much dead.
yeah,
I've watched Soca Monarch. I'll tell you the truth. Fantastic
yeah,
Friday was a very important day
yeah,
to a lot of non-Trinidadians all over the world. That was the night that whether it's pay-per-view, bootlegged feed, whatever, wait up.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
If we could get
yeah, yeah,
radio feed, whatever it is that
yeah,
we could get, we used to wait, and,
yeah.
as I said, I specifically remember the year that Super Blue come back with
Super Blue,
Fantastic Friday. You know what I
correct,
mean? And I tell
correct.
you, I cried through his performance because I didn't think he was gonna make it. I think what's the group? What's his backup singer's name? Third Canal, I think that's the name.
Tree Canal.
Tree Canal, right, right, right. Let me tell you
Yeah,
something. Tree Canal, they should be giving Grammys and Oscars and all kind of thing to them, eh?
yes, yes,
Because
yes,
if
yeah,
they
yeah.
did not back that man up that year,
No,
I don't listen. From the first
no,
verse done, blew the
yeah,
dragon. Tree Canal hold that man up, boy. I tell you,
yes,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah. They carry the
it's
song.
just to tell,
They carry
it's
the
just to
song.
tell you how important Soca Monarch in Trinidad always was. And then it's like, I
Yes,
watched the prize money basically be chopped by 90% in 2 years. It went from 2 million TNT to 1 million,
yeah,
from 1 million to 300,000.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
really incentive, right? To
Yes,
compete.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because sometimes what happens is that the artists put out so much in terms of the props.
Yeah.
Sometimes your props cost nearly 200,000. Sometimes an artist might spend 100,000 in props. Then you also have to pay the
Mm-hmm.
songwriter. You gotta pay the songwriter. So when you win first prize as 300,000, 20% or 30% have to go to the songwriter, right?
Right, right.
And or the producer, so whatever arrangement that you make, so your money getting partitioned off, and by the time
Mm-hmm.
you go home by the time you check back and look at your take home, the percentage is small. So if you give an artist 20%, and then they have to take out of that 300,000, the 20% plus the next 20 for the artist or the producer or the writer. Then they had to pay the,
Mm-hmm.
the, the props, the
Right,
engineers who help them in terms of getting the performance together, right?
right,
You
right.
you you go home with a small take home. So as you said, there's no incentive. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
artists just say, all right, okay, and on that night you can't take any bookings because you have to be focused on just Soca Monarch alone. So when
Right,
you could have take about 10 or 5 bookings, whatever the case may be, 5 or 10
right.
bookings,
Because that's
you
pump
can't,
weekend for real. Yeah.
right, yeah, that's Carnival weekend. You can't do that because you're focused on, that is money that you cannot accept because you're involved in Soca Monarch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't making sense to a lot of artists financially to enter into Soca Monarch. So that is why it's going through this kind of drought. There's no incentive
Mm-hmm.
to build the
Mm-hmm.
artist's career or build them up on that night.
Right.
Uh, so uh, since William Monroe came out of Soca Monarch, year after year, the competition went downhill, right? And this is why it is where it is right now. So a lot of artists just say, all right, I'll just take my bookings on the Carnival Friday, because we have a lot of fets also going on while Soca Monarch is going on in Trinidad, and they will do that and make the money on the outside rather than to enter to a competition where your stressful level is at 100%, because you're nervous, and it's a stress factor because whole week you may be going from fet to fet, but Soca Monarch is on your mind, right?
Right.
Trying to get things right in place to win the competition on Friday, the Carnival Friday. So instead of putting
Mm-hmm.
yourself
Mm-hmm.
through all that stress, Babbzy, they just take bookings on the Carnival Friday and do what they have
Right,
to do.
right, right. It's true.
So
It's true.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
there's been conversation. What's this all this talk about? If Grenada Soca Monarch or St. Vincent Soca Monarch is the biggest in the
But I mean,
Caribbean?
yeah, because we from outsiders looking in, there's big competition in terms of the two Soca Monarchs, because the crowd side, the majority of the Trinidadians or Bajans or whoever it is that attend these Soca Monarchs, this is what they'll come back leaving with. That it's either Grenada, we head into Grenada, or we head into St. Vincent for Soca Monarch, because they have that hype that Trinidad used to have back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's two of the biggest Soca Monarchs to me right now in the Caribbean, Grenada and St. Vincent.
Right.
But something about Grenada Soca Monarch, it just have that kind of energy, that kind of hype.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And from seeing it last month, yeah, yeah, it just have that kind of energy. It just had that kind of hype. So
Which one do you think is
I don't know
bigger?
how to I don't know how to measure it, but
Well, I've been to
honestly,
them. I've been to them.
you've been, yeah.
Yep.
What's your take on them?
Um, I'll tell you, I don't really like to discuss Grenadian topics too much, as you know, the history,
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah,
I think that, I'm going to say St. Vincent. The reason why
yeah.
I would say St. Vincent's one is bigger is because it's a little bit more united.
Okay,
Grenada Soca Monarch is very like parish driven. So there's a lot
right,
of animosity the days before where it's like, St. David's and, whatever. And it's like Crown City. And it's a lot of fighting. Do you know what I'm
right.
saying? Where like,
Okay,
and I don't know if it's because I'm just used to, you know, like, maybe Trinidad Soca Monarch, Barbados Soca Monarch. It's not that divided. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like if,
right,
if Little Rick
right.
wins, you don't hear Bajans talking about, oh, well, Bridgetown have it again, like, so it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
Grenada Monarch has a lot of hatred in it. And even though it's
Okay.
very big and there's a lot of jumping and frolicking and partying, like last year,
Right.
Boise was bottled. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on. You know what I mean? Like, nah. So for me, I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to give it to St. Vincent. There's a lot more unity in the St. Vincent, Soca Monarch. And there's more love in the Monarch as opposed to
Yeah.
Grenada's Monarch.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
We used to
hatred
actually,
for a while.
I wouldn't say we used to have it to a point in Trinidad here in Soca
Hmm.
Monarch. I mean, well, this was umpteen years ago when Super Blue and Ronnie McIntosh used to be in Soca Monarch, and um when Super Blue comes up to Port of Spain, because that time he used to live Point Fortin.
Right,
He was bringing the whole of Point. The whole of Point will come up. Everybody will come up from Point Fortin to support Super Blue and Soca
right,
Monarch.
right.
And if the and then Ronnie McIntosh was from Port of Spain, so he had the
Hmm.
whole of Port of Spain locked, right? So when they compete, when they come and they clash on Soca Monarch night now, when actually it was so funny that year, I think it was 1997, somewhere around there, or
Hmm.
2000, or 2000. I'll have to check back the date. I'm not too sure, but anyway, um, Super Blue had wrote a song for Ronnie McIntosh, and Ronnie McIntosh
Hmm.
beat Super Blue with his own song, right?
Right,
And
right,
Super
right.
came second. Super came second, Ronnie came first. And Point Fortin people mash up the car. Because
Hmm.
at that time they used to park the prize on top of the stage,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the car was the bottle the stage, the host, the bottle the car, the mash up the car,
Right,
because they wanted
right,
Super Blue to win. So it kind of reminded me of what you were saying just now there about Grenada and the kind of little animosity they used to have. They have
right.
it was like that back in the day with Trinidad Soca Monarch to a point, but now I guess where it comes from year after year, people just kind of phase out, and then remember the generation changed too. So
Right. So that's the
um,
thing. And, you know what I mean? Grenada overall is just an island that's like, I don't want to say that they're behind, but it's like,
yeah,
it's still a place where, the stores shut at 5 o'clock and stuff like that.
right,
If you want
okay,
food at, midnight, there's one or
yeah,
two places you can go where like, in a lot of the other islands, like Barbados, I could go Chafette. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
could go you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like,
Although your
I
roots
think
might
a
be a
lot
little
of,
too small, but
I know iPhone 7 size, but still, you know what I mean? But
right,
like,
right, yeah,
so
yeah,
I feel like a lot of the things that were phased out in a lot of the other islands are like they're just getting into now,
yeah,
and so that's the only difference I would say. Grenada's soca market is very big. Pretty much I think the
yeah,
entire island probably attends it, but that's just my
yeah.
visioning of it. It's very, you know, it's a very divisive,
Kind of primitive, yeah, kind of
Paris driven
primitive,
kind of thing, and it's like,
yeah, yeah,
if like to me, I'm the kind
yeah,
of person like this. The best song is the best song. It doesn't matter if the
right,
person comes from, you know, underneath a rock, or if they come from the
yeah,
richest place in the island. If it's the best song,
yeah.
it's the best song.
Best song,
And,
yeah, true, song for song,
and that's
yeah,
kind of where most places are. So it's kind of like, that was a kind of my observation. And it's like, I just, it just feels so you're lost. Like you're watching all of this
yes,
fighting and cussing and quarreling and,
yeah,
is always Paris driven. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
this year
yeah,
Mikey won Soca Monarch in Barbados over Little Rick, right? A lot of
yeah,
people thought that Little Rick song should have won, but it
yeah,
was like diplomatically up, like handled where people just felt like that was wrong, as opposed
right.
to, you know, hatred driven. You know what I
Bottling the
mean? It's just,
stage, or yeah,
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 yeah. Like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that's my thing. But, you know,
yeah.
hopefully,
They was still, yeah, they was
those,
basically still civil about their
yeah,
opinion or
yeah,
belief
yeah.
that who should have
That's it.
been, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But, I hope Trinidad Soca Monarch can get back under control because, there was an article that
Yeah,
was released this week that was saying that there was a very big decline in Trinidad Carnival visitors. You know,
yes.
um,
Hmm.
I don't, necessarily agree with that 100%. And the reason being is that, in Trinidad, the year fluctuates every year for when Carnival is going to land. So if Carnival lands early February versus March because of Easter, you're having a
Yes.
smaller time. So you have a less
Yeah.
window for people to visit, right? And
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
2018 was a very tight window for Trinidad Carnival.
Yeah.
So I think that's what is contributing to the
Well, I
lower,
think the well a lot of people in Trinidad, they say that the culture ministry should do a lot more in terms of promoting carnival outside. So of recently actually right before Carpover, National Carnival NCC National Carnival Commission, they
hmm
actually went on a campaign, come to Trinbago campaign, and they were
hmm
promoting heavily. There was actually I would say that it was a heavy presence in crop over.
Right, right,
And I
right.
think they're going to all the different carnivals. So I actually mentioned to them that they should go, the next big carnival they should go to is Miami Carnival, right?
hmm
So I think that may take that advice and try and see if they could go out there to at least to do something to spread the culture of Trinidad and to invite the foreigners to come to Trinidad 2019.
Right.
Because this is what they need to do, like export the culture from carnival to carnival instead of just
hmm
like waiting and hoping that the music will actually do. There's only so much the music could do. So much
Right.
people would
Right.
know about Trinidad Carnival unless you're really involved in in actually looking in to see what is the next carnival to go to, But
Right. Right.
you have to market carnival outside of Trinidad and
It's
Tobago,
true. It's
you know?
true. And I'll tell you something. And I mean, this is some of the reasons why I have not been able to go to Trinidad Carnival as of late.
Yeah.
It's very like non-friendly to a person who may not even be connected to Trinidadian people. So like
Right. Yeah.
accommodation, it's funny because
Yeah.
when I came back from crop over, a few of my friends, we were talking on the flight and, you know, we were talking about Trinidad Carnival and like four of the people that were there were like, I could not go to Trinidad Carnival this year because I had no
Yeah.
accommodation and I didn't know where to stay and I didn't know like how I would get around and I don't know. Everyone tells me don't rent a car in Trinidad. And so a lot of
Yeah.
people want to go, but they just don't have any information on, how to
Yeah. Yeah.
execute the actual travel, like the
Yeah. Yeah.
logistical part of
Yeah.
it. So
So
they don't
that is why
know.
they
Yeah.
should have like a full detailed package in terms of or instructions of how to maneuver in Trinidad as for foreigners. You instead of if you're on a budget, instead of renting a big hotel or staying at a big fancy hotel, you could stay at an
hmm
Airbnb. Or
Right.
you have, instead of renting a car, you could use the TT Share Drive app, download the app instead of because we don't have Uber again. Uber left Trinidad.
Right.
There's
Right.
another
Right.
app that you could use in terms of getting around, and it's actually cheap, the same price with Uber. Um, and yeah, and you just know you have you put down the customer information. All of this should be in detailed format to share to people coming into Trinidad or looking to interested in coming into Trinidad for Carnival. And this is
hmm
all marketing. This falls all under marketing and sharing the culture outside of Trinidad. Because a lot of people, yes, we may think that we have the greatest carnival in the world, but a lot of people still don't know about Trinidad Carnival. So
Right.
going
Right.
out and exporting the details of getting around in Trinidad and how to book for Carnival, this is what you're supposed to export. When is
hmm
you should actually give them advice as when is a good time to book. All of these things should
Right.
be in detailed format. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right. Right. And that's the thing, as I
uh,
said, like for me, like I rent a car everywhere I go, even in Jamaica. People will be
yeah,
like, people see me like I was on the flight when I went to Sumfest, and when I was
yeah,
walking out, people were like, oh, so who's picking you up? I'm going to get my rental car. And like people who born and raised, lived in Jamaica years were like, you're driving in Jamaica? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
people are like, you're mad
yeah,
and this and I'm like, no, I good, you know, but
yeah,
then when it comes to Trinidad, people are like, nah, 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 you cannot drive in Trinidad, Babbzy. Babbzy,
yeah,
no, you cannot
yeah,
drive in Trinidad. And it's like, the way that people sound when they talk about it, like, no, no,
yeah.
no, you cannot drive in Trinidad.
No,
And
I
it
think
was
that's
like,
just I think that's just an exaggeration. I mean, Trinidad, it's you could people a lot of people foreigners coming in they would rent cars right from any airport, so you don't even have to go to have the agencies that the different rental
mm-hmm.
agencies. They rent a car right there, and you go straight on you and now we're so informed now. You put on your app and you punch in where it is that you're going, and
Right.
you go straight to directions. You use your Google Maps and you go straight to wherever hotel or if it's an Airbnb, whatever it is, you get it there. You're gonna go
Mm-hmm.
straight there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not hard. It's not hard. You just stay informed. Just don't be stupid. It have certain places that obviously in every country you wouldn't venture into. Um, don't be stupid about it and just don't be ignorant about where you're going. Ask questions and see
Right.
if this is a be around people who live in Trinidad. Not don't have to be around with your people that you come with.
But that's the problem
Get
though, right? There are some
yeah,
people who want to go to Trinidad Carnival. They don't have any Trinidadian friends. They don't know anybody who lives in Trinidad. So it's like, how
yeah,
do these people attend Trinidad Carnival if they just don't have
yeah,
anybody? Like for me, it was
yeah,
always like, okay, I would link Jason Blackman and I'd be like, you know, the one year that I was really like, okay, I'm coming, my mom broke her ankle. You know what I mean? And
right,
then it was like, well, I can't leave her in the house by herself because she was
yeah,
bedridden for like 8 weeks, right? So I couldn't
right,
leave her
right,
alone. So I ended up having to stay. But, you know, if you don't have any friends in Trinidad Carnival, in Trinidad, like going to Carnival is going to be very different. Like we're in
yeah,
Barbados, right? You might not know
yeah,
anybody in Barbados, but you can
yeah,
go to Barbados, stay in the hotels, you know,
yeah,
because it's kind of like online. You see so much stuff, and the information is accessible. But it's like for
yeah,
Trinidad, it's not the same. It's like you
yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
you know, where to stay, where the events are
yeah,
gonna be. You know, like it's
yeah,
hard. So it's like,
yeah.
you know, I
But
think that's
I
what
mean,
they
well,
mean.
yeah. So all of that is what is being worked on right now in terms of
Hmm.
a lot of heavy promotion is going on right now from carnival to carnival. That I know the NCC is actually doing. So
Hmm.
so I have to actually give kudos to them because it's a youthful camp committee as well that promoting the carnival culture outside of Trinidad and
Right.
Tobago. So because when I looked at if you go on to Instagram and you watch the NCC app and you'll see come Trinidad, come Trinbago, you would see
Hmm.
um all the like they will have Moko Jumbies and these the different characters from Carnival, you know, the Midnight Robber and stuff like that. And
Right.
they're showing you about the different cultures in Trinidad around that we will celebrate now. So
Hmm.
yeah, you will get information, and then they was giving out pamphlets and flyers telling you about Trinidad Carnival and the culture and the different activities that we have around Trinidad leading up to the festival the Monday and Tuesday. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was very informative, and I actually saw the presence in Barbados in Cup where they was posting
Right.
like
They were pushing that.
every other
Yeah.
day they was
Hmm.
posting, yeah, they was posting. So
Well,
it's a useful
NCC,
community, so hopefully.
National Carnival Commission of Trinidad and Tobago, if you're listening to we, contact
Yes.
me and Warren. Let me help you. Let me help you with the
Yes.
promotion this year and let the people know where they need to stay and what they need to do. Cause you know, that's how
That
that's what this podcast is for, us to help the people. So try and link up with Warren
definitely.
in Trinidad. Warren could talk to y'all and then y'all could conference me in and let me talk to you about some
Definitely.
ways to get
Definitely.
this information out to the people so that you have a very
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
successful Trinidad Carnival for
2019. Yeah.
2019, right?
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
you know, we have some music videos to talk about.
Yeah.
First music video is Kes Hello.
Caselo, yeah.
Do you find that the views for this videos is a little bit low compared
It's
to
low. Yeah.
the size
It's
of the
low.
song? And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I wonder
yeah. No,
why.
I think honestly, it was a what happened is the video came out late as well.
Right.
I think, but it wasn't really his fault because normally when you're so hyped during Carnival and he didn't actually know that the song would have kind of blew up this big now, you know.
Right.
But then too, you still have to. I blame them too because you still have to market yourself, just like how Nailah would release a song and release a video one time. You don't wait for the song to get big, then you drop a video. So I think people were already on to the next. Sometimes people are already on to the next. What's the next new thing? We already hear hello already. So
Right.
but
Right.
the video have to be a little more. I think the video was it was just kind of bland. It was kind of bland. It
Well,
wasn't really exciting about.
On Kess's
Mm-hmm.
channel, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna, I ain't know, cause on Julian's channel, it's at 33,000 views, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
On Kess's channel for the last 2 weeks, it was at about 60,000 views. And this week now, it's
Right.
at 533,000.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I ain't insinuating anything, cause maybe people are finding out about it. That's a very big
Well,
jump.
actually, 533,000 views is not really bad because knowing that the video it only came out like about what 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago.
It's not. Yeah, the video is that's not actually bad. That's actually a good climb. If you're looking at the timing of the video, because
Mhm,
sometimes they
mhm.
take at least about three to 4 months to actually get that high in views now, right?
Right, right, right.
So it's not that bad. So I'm actually surprised that
It
it
jumped.
grew
Yeah.
and yeah it jumped that high in terms of the numbers, in terms of the views. So it's not
Mhm.
really that bad, but it could have been better if we had dropped the video earlier. The views would
Right,
have been
right,
higher,
right, right, right,
right?
right, right.
But I guess it's timing, and just wanted to see how far the song would have gone, right? But
Yeah.
we'll see.
And then we
We'll
have an
see.
artist named Bling Breezy. The song is
Bling
called
Breezy,
Butterfly. I think that's the worst soca video of the 2018. I never see so many
yes,
dislikes on
horrible.
the man.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
man
yeah,
thing is like, you're like, Lord, I feel bad. I
yeah,
feel bad because
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking he's trying to do Butterfly from
yeah.
the Grenadian
Back in
boy. I
the
can't
day,
remember what his name is. No, there's a song this year. The biggest song
yeah,
from Grenada this year is a song called Butterfly, right?
right. Or
It's
butterfly,
a,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, it's a
Correct.
fella that kind of sound like Lava Man, I think.
Mhm, mhm.
And I don't know if this guy was doing an imitation of that or not. I don't know, but I never see a video with a 50%, 50% like rating so early. Like it's just bare dislikes in the video. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if the
yeah,
people who
yeah,
are listening want to go and check out the video. The artist name is Bling Breezy.
Bling
And it's
Breezy.
called Butterfly. And then we have a video from Nailah Blackman, birthday
Yeah,
song featuring Ding Dong.
yeah, but this song, yeah. But that song is actually doing
Yeah.
pretty well in Trinidad. Um,
Hmm.
that Nyla and her team, they always try to be visionaries. They're actually doing good, pretty good, because the every time they drop a song, yeah, you can expect a video in a few weeks' time, and they're not going to wait at least about 3 4 months down the line to
Hmm.
drop a video. So
Hmm.
that's been their forte since the inception of Nailah and Blackman on the mainstream scene. She would have
Hmm.
always drop a video with one of the songs, and I think they stick into that format, and it's actually working in their favor. So kudos to them.
Yeah, yeah, she's dropping a lot of music. She also dropped a song a couple days ago called Killer
Yeah,
Soundboy with Salvatore
killer song boy.
Ganacci. Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
and that
yeah,
that
yeah,
that has a very big crossover feel. I mean, I know she
yes,
considers herself a soca artist, but I really don't
yeah,
consider her a soca artist because most of the music that
yeah,
she does sound has that very
yeah.
big crossover feel to it.
International song. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
she's gonna go really far. I like her.
She's gonna go far. Yeah, she's gonna go far. The music is very different, and it's something new to Trinidad as well too. So you have to
Hmm.
understand that not
Well, not
all
really,
artists.
because Kes was really pushing that kind of sound from
Well, yeah,
before.
yeah, but I mean, but they in Trinidad here, you just kind of you have to kind of refresh the memory again.
Right,
If
right,
you understand what I'm saying,
right, right,
every
right,
time
right.
the yes, Kes was going down that line. A lot of artists went down that line. Bungie Garlin. He tried
Mm-hmm.
with differentology, Free Alliance with Raise, so a lot of artists was going down that line, but every year you have to refresh the memory. So now it come back again, the cycle come back again with Nailah pushing the international music, or music from Trinidad internationally, and trying to
Right.
cross that bridge. So,
Right.
and she doing
Right.
well,
Right.
and
Right.
she's doing well at it. Her voice is different. It's very unique. So,
Yeah, unique. She sounds really good.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
we're gonna keep our eye on Nailah Blackman. So, folks, there you have it this week for the Soca and Bacchanal podcast. The rundown of everything that's been happening. Next week, we're going to be bringing in Stan Man because Warren, as he told you, is in Trinidad and he's extremely busy with a lot of band
yeah,
launches and doing road and stuff. So, for the next couple
yeah,
of weeks, he may have some fill-ins. Stan Man
yeah,
from Large Radio will be filling in for him next week, and we're going to be having discussions about Leeward Island Soca and them basically feeling like they have no place in the international soca scene. That's going to be a very good discussion for those people who come from like Dominica, Anguilla, Antigua, those people who, Stan Man is the, founder of the More Than Four movement. The More Than Four movement basically means, there's more than four islands that make soca. So, and it's funny
yeah,
because I feel like Barbados a lot of time doesn't get the representation that it should, but a lot of people feel like Barbados is a lot luckier than the rest of them. So it's going to be a very, very good discussion. But before we go, Warren, make sure you give them your social media handles so they can follow you.
yeah. Sure, you can follow me on Twitter, WarrenCivic, on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, WarrenCivic, and Facebook, Warren Civic Mackenzie.
Right, right, right. And for me, my name is strictly Babbzy on all my social media outlets except for Facebook. My name there is Babbzy at large. So, Warren, say goodbye to the people and we're going to see them another time, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once the circle comes back around, you'll see me. So it was good connecting with you, Babbzy, as usual. All the
Yeah, don't
best.
worry. You're not
And
going to be evicted. We just know you got a lot of groundwork to do. So, we go
yeah,
hold your
yeah, yeah.
spot warm, man. We go hold the
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
warm
yeah,
for
yeah.
you. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Good
All right,
vibes, good
people.
vibes. So blessings to
We'll,
everybody.
we'll catch you next time, folks. Bye.
Radio vibes are bad. Yeah, what's up, son? What's up, what's up? It's your boy Malik and I'm calling from New York, man. Your boy got my finesse down there, tearing down the place up here too, man. The track is crazy. This one gon' mash up Montreal. Lay back there, we standing strong. I'm the girl, I'm sugar, homie, stop, grab a finesse tune, I reach abroad. Yeah, when they leave me at first, I flag, they catch a rich about Vincent Soca. Yeah, we going out skinny, fabulous, the general. EM is sick bad passe. Man squad crew, they sick bad passe. Teflon crew, they sick bad passe. Rapping squad, they sick bad passe. No nonsense, they sick bad passe. One out of they sick bad passe. Juvenile, they sick bad passe. Not that more dirty rum squad, sick bad passe. Worldwide, Vincent man, now I feel for this. Grab a finesse, you came with this. Mash up the stage with it. Break down the place with it. Got hurricane when we coming through. Watch out, my team, they're moving brave. We gon' shake down thing, we gon' break down thing. Mash up thing, we don't buy back. Hold that girl when we wind that. Trinidad, they gon' lock you off for deeper when you take that. Vincent man, we can't take that. Leave a girl with a hot back. When she with, hey, hey. They sick bad passe. Man squad crew, they sick bad passe. Teflon crew, they sick bad passe. Rapping squad, they sick bad passe. Yo, we rollers, they sick bad passe. One out of they sick bad passe. Juvenile, they sick bad passe. Not that more dirty rum squad, sick bad passe. Bounce by the spot, let's go. Jump on the spot, let's go. Wait for the spot, let's go. Tell them mine's not hot, let's go. These are the beats, let's go. Tell them we run the east, let's go. Come for the west, let's go. Vincent Mass are the best, let's go. Tell them we blessed, let's go. We not like the violence, let's go. Cannabis legalized, Vincent Grade are the best, let's go. No island can dance, hello. I don't give it no stress, hello. Let's make a mess, hello. Let's make a mess, hello. Sick bad passe. Alright, man squad crew, they sick bad passe. Teflon crew, they sick bad passe. Rapping squad, they sick bad passe. No nonsense, they sick bad passe. I want it, they believe one of that is sick bad passe. You ready? They sick bad passe. Radio vibes, sick bad passe. Look it, rum spirit. Bang 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 kang bangkara